Maximum. We wait 20 seconds. Come on. Greetings, folks, and welcome to the NXP Cup Final 2025. This is the 22nd edition of this autonomous racing competition, and we will be going through the rules about that for the folks who are here watching and for the folks watching on the live streams on YouTube and LinkedIn. But before we do go ahead with that, we are here in beautiful Eindhoven at the NXP headquarters on the high-tech campus. And to get us started, we have a few words from CTO Lars Reger. Please give it up for Lars.
Thank you. Hey, good afternoon. And the first thing that I have to say, where's Floor van den Heuvel? Where's Floor? Floor, you sent me pictures of the building, yeah? That was an understatement. That was really, really cool what I saw when I came in here this morning. And Prince Konstantin von Oranje was with me, going to our showroom here. And we had a very nice, short discussion. What are we doing in this vibrant ecosystem? What is this NXP company doing here at the high-tech campus? And as always, when there is content, there is no timeline. We exceeded our little talk already by a full hour because he was so much on fire that he wanted to see all of that. And the first 10 minutes, we wasted exactly there looking at this racetrack here where he was like, what is that? I said, well, Konstantin, this is the 7-nation army. This is 7 nations racing here with toy cars, 250 students, 20 nations. And we do this for more than 20 times already. Bucharest, Hamburg had been the last times, and now it is the Netherlands. And we were able to say, where is the Amsterdam team that won last year? Guys, where are you? Hands up there. We had the guys next to us for the picture this morning. And well, I've seen now the races a couple of times. It's each time again nerve-wracking for me to see, okay, where are we deviating? Where are the little robots on the rails? Where not? What is happening? I know how much hard work the teams have spent, and you can measure it also by the amount of unused breakfast out there. So we had all the guys in here racing, training, programming overnight. This is the employees that NXP needs, that I want to have, and that we need to populate showrooms like this over there. You know how close my heart is to these entire robot stories. And when I say we are the company that has all ingredients to build robots, I don't mean the little brothers of C3PO and R2D2. Them, of course, as well. But what I mean is these intelligent systems for the edge, like we have it in our North Star slogan. We are the ones. There is not that many companies out there who have all ingredients to have sense, think, connect, act, safety, security, low power, and with that, rolling robots, flying robots, and the like. What we saw last year, we had the early discussions on how these intelligent systems at the edge start shaping the market. In the meantime, this thing is hot. You can read Wall Street reports of this year is the year of the robots. This year is the year of the software-defined vehicles. Jens is on his way to Computex to give a speech in that context as well. AI, agentic AI, safe, secure AI, autonomy. So you guys are ultra hot with your value proposition for the next 10 years, at least for the next 10 years. And I can only say, you hear it in my voice, I'm super jealous because I am 30 years too old. I'd wish I would be a student at a university where I could apply to have my own little toy robot here. And of course, I would beat all of you by being faster and having better programmed. No, joke aside, every one of you who sees me coding would be shocked. I need ChatGPT to write the better source code. I hope you have awesome code. Therefore, please, let's jointly open this race here. And I'm looking very much forward to the next 2 days here, to our Innovation World Tour, and of course, to seeing what innovation can bring to the party. Thanks a lot, and I'm all yours watching what you're doing.
Thank you very much, Lars. So we will be getting underway fairly soon. But for the benefit of those of you joining us here, all the way up to the ceiling of the NXP headquarters here in Eindhoven, and for those of you who might be joining us on the live feeds on YouTube and LinkedIn, I'm going to very briefly go over the cliff notes of the rules. The students have had the rules for the entire time they've been building their robots. They have built their robots around these rules, but this is a competition, and it is a competition of 2 parts, essentially. Each team must present an autonomous robot that drives around this track autonomously. That means it only uses the sensors on the robot in order to follow the lines around the track, and there can be no external help at all. All of these cars have been vetted to make sure there's no way they can be connected to via any kind of Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. And while this is happening, you will see the teams will be standing over here as well to make sure there is parity between every single entrant. The competition itself is of 2 parts. One is speed, and the second is precision. The first part is a lap around this track as fast as is possible. The cars must keep 2 wheels on the track at all times in order for it to be a valid run. And once it has completed the fast lap, the Mauser Lap of Honor begins. This is a precision competition. Once crossing the finish line, the car must visibly slow down and then drive around the track until it meets an obstacle, the block that Vlad is holding right here. And the car must come to a stop within 10 centimeters of the block. And this is where things get really interesting. Because the fastest car will get the most points, but you get an additional 150 points if you complete the Mauser Lap of Honor. That means the fastest car on this track today might not be the one that wins. This is speed and precision combined. Other points that are worth knowing for those watching at home is that there is some grace period for cleaning tires and stuff in between. That is all times. But the important one to keep an eye on is once a car has been placed down in front of the start line, it has 30 seconds to begin in order for it to be a valid run. Finally, everyone has 3 attempts, but the first one that makes it round the track is your run. So if you make it the first time, you get 1 attempt, and you have to hope that it is the time that you hoped for. Just a point of for everyone here, that's very, very important. These cars rely on the lighting staying constant. So if you would like to take any photographs, take any videos, make sure you use no flash photography whatsoever, because that could really mess up the competition down here. But I think with all of the rules and everything like that out of the way, it is time that we got this contest underway. What do you think? Fantastic. Well, all of the teams will be coming around to the side here, but only 1 team member each time will be coming up onto the stage. However, the very first team coming onto the stage is quite special. The team name is Pixel Racer 2.0 from the HAN University of Applied Sciences here in the Netherlands. Could you please come up to the stage? Now, just before we get started, Kevin, one of the unique things about you is that you are the only person this year who was here in a team of 1. How did it feel being a solo developer on a team compared to all of the other people that have various other people here?
Yeah, it feels great. I met a lot of people, and everyone is really supportive. So I didn't really feel alone. And the con of doing it alone is I can really do my own thing, and which is also quite nice. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, best of luck. Please do take your car and take your starting position. So setting the car to arm itself and then to launch. As I previously mentioned, they have up to 30 seconds in order for this to get started. But once the car gets going, we will get the first idea of the speed of the cars we will be looking at today. And we have our first launch, and they are off around the first corner. Now would be a very good time to mention that this course has not been seen by any of the students before this race. This course was put together in secret in the break, and so far, this car, oh no! That was our first attempt. There are 2 attempts remaining. After the crossover, things do get rather tricky. Lining up for attempt number 2 for our first entry here in the final of the NXP Cup 2025. And we are going. Once again, no problem with the first corner or the chicanes. The second 2 corners, no problem whatsoever. About to get back to the tricky crossover, which was an issue before. But this time, not a problem. Making it round the second crossover, this could be an issue. Nope, not at all. Coming round. And now, a new obstacle, a much tighter bend than any of the others we've seen so far. Not a problem whatsoever. Coming round, just 2 bends remaining on the final straight. And that is 1 completed lap. And now the Mauser lap of honor. The car, as you saw, has visibly slowed down and now has to come round to where you can see the block on the track. Any stop within 10 centimeters, as measured by Vlad with his ruler over here, will qualify for an additional 150 points, which can make all the difference. But will we be getting close enough? It's getting there. Oh! That is an incredible Mauser lap of honor for our first entrance. Kevin, please do go and get your car. Please give it up one more time for Team Pixel Racer 2.0. Could Team UPT please make your way round to the black NXP board over here, if you have not already? And this is an event that I have been moderating for a number of years now, and I think that is probably the closest Mauser lap of honor I've ever seen. You could have hardly slid a sheet of paper between the block and the car. That was incredibly impressive. And as I previously mentioned, raw speed is not the only thing here. This could really matter when it comes down to the final scores, because a relatively fast run and a good Mauser lap of honor may end up meaning more than just the raw speed. So, UPT is from the Polytechnic University of Timisoara in Romania. They were the winners from the Romanian qualification. Could you please come up to the stage? So you won your qualification round this time. How did that feel? How did the qualifications go in general?
It was amazing. We had a lot of experience from last year, and this time around we managed to calibrate the car well, and it went good. It was a thrilling experience.
Fantastic. Please do take your car and line up for your starting position. Romania, of course, always well represented in the NXP Cup. The final 2 years ago was in Bucharest at the university there and was a fantastic experience. But now we are going to see if the second entrance to the NXP Cup 2025 is going to bring anything new to the table in terms of speed or accuracy. Just a note that once the car is on the track, there is a 30-second limit before launch. So the clock is ticking. Okay, sorry, a moment of quick clarification. This is probably on me. There is a 2-minute setup period. It's once the car has been left, it can start within 30 seconds, and it has started. The first of our cars today using some downward thrust from a motor in order to get more grip on the track, and we have an incredibly fast start. Absolutely no problem with any of the corners so far. Only 2 more corners remain, and that is looking like a very fast first lap. And once again, we have that visible slowdown after the end of the first lap, and the car is heading round to the block. Let's see if we have another successful Mauser lap of honor. Oh, that is what we like to call a bonk in the technical terms of the industry. However, still probably the fastest thing we've been seeing for a while. Can you please give it up for UPT? Could the entire Imperial Apache team please make their way over to the board here? When I do call you over, teams, please do bear in mind your entire team does need to come over to the board over here. That is an important point of clarity. So 2 races so far, and we're already seeing the difference here. One car incredibly quick, but failed a lap of honor. One car making both. Will the combined points make a difference when we get all of the races out here? It's hard to say at this stage. We'll just have to wait and find out. So from the another team from Romania with the Imperial Apache, you were from the same qualification as the other teams that have been up here. Romania has a really large number of teams that try to enter this each year. Why do you think that is?
I think automation is a field very popular in Romania in general, and at least in our city in Iași, the majority of big firms that do hiring there are from automation and more hardware focused fields.
Fantastic. All right, well, do pick up your car and get ready to make your start for what will be the 3rd set of laps for this year's NXP Cup. So just to give some clarity on what happened on the last round, that was actually my error. There is a 2-minute grace period in order to get your car set up before you get going. It is once the car has been launched, there is the 30-second countdown before they must start going. That one was on me. That was just me getting mixed up when I explained the rules. So we have this 2-minute grace period for getting the car set up before we can expect to see the next lap. Okay, the car is now off, and 2 wheels staying on the track means that it's still valid. We'll have to see without judges. Oh, and that is attempt number 1. A little bit too much left on that curve. However, 2 more attempts remain. And here we go, attempt number 2, making its way to that first corner. This time getting through it without much difficulty. Now the chicane, coming to the next corner again. This time round, it seems to be seeing what it's doing. Just a couple more corners remain until the first tricky crossover. But so far, staying consistent, staying on the track. But what's it going to do when it gets to the crossover? No problems whatsoever. However, there is still the, oh. Yep, okay, that is at the end of attempt number 2. Please give it up for the end of attempt number 2. We do still have one remaining. So for the final attempt to put in a lap time and perhaps a Mauser lap of honor. Oh! Once again, I've made it clear many times that it is not easy to get to this final. Please give it up for our team, Imperial Apache. So up next, we have the EM car team. Could the EM car team in your entirety please come round to the side here? Okay, so the EM car team, which is a Slovakian team from, am I saying that right? I want to say Mažák University? Sure. So this isn't the first time we've seen MCAR here at all. In fact, I think this isn't the first time I've seen you here. What does it feel like coming back to the final once again? What do you feel your chances are for making the win this time?
So it's the 3rd time for me, and I'm really excited. So we will see how it goes.
Fantastic. Keeping your cards close to your chest. I do like that. So do pick up the car and get ready for your launch. So just a few final adjustments happening here, making sure the wheels are as clean as possible, making sure that everything that can be done in these final seconds to squeeze as much speed out of the car and as much accuracy as possible. That is going to be the name of the game when it comes down to it. There has been a long period of time for tweaking cars. People were making last-minute adjustments to the cars in the final 5 minutes of practice this morning. We really are trying to squeeze as much speed and accuracy out of these vehicles as possible. But it looks like we will soon be heading for a start for EM car. All right, lining up and getting ready to trigger a launch. And oh, and a blistering start. And so far staying on the track. Quite a lot of speed and no problem with the first crossover. The second crossover, not a problem at all. This tricky bend up here, though, is that going to be an issue? Not at all whatsoever. And this looks like a very, very fast lap time. But now, the Mauser lap of honor. The real secret to a very, very high score here is to combine speed with accuracy. The question is the car going to be able to stop within 10 centimeters of the Mauser block? Oh, that looks good. We need a ruler check. Yes, the first lap combining raw speed with accuracy. We now have a high bar set. So could the entire Aero car team please head around now and stand by the NXP flag over here? The entire team Aero NA. Come over. And this is a very special moment for the NXP Cup because this is the first year that we are fielding a team from Tunisia. Team Aeronaut are from the Institut National des Sciences Appliquées et de Technologie. That was not how you pronounce that. That's how an English person who lives in Germany tries to pronounce that name of the university. But yeah, how does it feel to be here for the very first time?
I'm really honored to be here, to be representing my country, my university, and especially my club, Aerobotics Insat. Big shout out to them. Thank you for everyone who helped us. Thank you for everyone who said every kind word. Big shout out to our friends in Tunisia. Big shout out to our university. Everyone who helped. Thank you very much. Thanks to my team for their amazing work. It's been a couple of amazing months of hard work. Thank you, NXP, for this amazing qualification and for the amazing finals. Thank you very much.
What a wonderful thing to hear. So much gratitude and excitement. Thank you for being here. So if you two could head back over the border next to Matthias here, because there can only be one team member here up at any time. If you would like to grab your car and get yourself ready to get going. And yes, it's always nice when there is a wide variety of teams from the EMEA area that get to be involved in this. This is the first time we have teams from Tunisia. We also have teams from as far as the Lebanon as well. It is a wonderful thing that so many people come together and can be a part of the finals right here. And of course, for people to be at the finals right here, that means that there are students in all of those countries who are putting cars together, going into their regional qualifications and making it here to the final to compete to see who is going to be the winner. So the 2-minute grace period for getting the car started is happening right now. Oh, sorry, go right ahead. And I can't help but wonder, what's the view like from up there at the roof? Preparing for a launch, and they are off. Coming up to that first corner, no problem whatsoever. One of the taller robots that we have in the competition, but not seeming to have any balance problems so far. Oh, but the first crossover proved to be somewhat of a problem. However, this is only attempt 1 of 3. Please give it up for the first attempt. Oh, the same place and the same issue. Those crossovers are particularly difficult. For those watching at home that might not understand, the cars here are following the black lines on the side of the track in order to know where they are going. So obviously, when you get a crossover like you can see in the middle of the track on the feed, that adds a lot of variability into what the robot will seeing, and it has to make a decision. And of course, making sure it's the right decision is not an easy thing whatsoever. However, one further attempt is left to get a full lap time in and a potential Mauser lap of honor. Let's see if they have it. Once again, heading off strong. No problem with the first corner once again. Just a reminder to those watching, wheels are allowed to go outside of the track as long as two remain inside the track at all times. And once again, the crossover proving too much. But please give it up for the Tunisian team here for the first time at the NXP Cup. We look forward to seeing them returning once again. And this will not be the first robot you see get loose on the track today. So, could the team TCE all please come round to the border here? The entire team TCE, please do come round to the NXP board right over here. Before we bring the next team up, there is a quick point of order. Our second contestant from, let me get this absolutely right. Our second contestant, which was UPT, during that run and only that run, there was an error on the timing system. Behind the scenes, there has been a discussion about it. That team has agreed to do their run once again after the rest of the competitors have done their runs because of the error on our side with the timing system. So once we have our final competitor today, there will be a rerun for one of the teams that has seen the track before. Do bear in mind that no modifications can happen to cars at all. The car is behind me here, so functionally nothing will have changed, but due to the error on our part, there will be one extra lap at the end here. So, could one of the members of the TCE team please come up now? So, I believe we have met before. Now, as the Lebanese team who have traveled by far the furthest to come here, how was your journey to get to this point, to get to the NXP finals once again? How does it feel to be here?
Actually, it's an honor to be here to represent our country. We are so proud of the team and everyone who helped us in Lebanon to be able to come here, even after the devastation of the war. We never surrendered. We believe that education and technology are the future of our countries, and this is the only way that we can build it. So we try to build a little car. We hope it will run smoothly, and that's it. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Feel free to grab your car and get started. A very strong message and a wonderful thing to see that young people from all over the EMEA region are able to come together and share in this together. And it's been a wonderful couple of days with everybody sharing this space and getting all of their practice sessions together, having a party last night. We all had a barbecue here on the high-tech campus together. It has been a lot of fun. But now it is time for the first attempt run. Okay. For the first attempt run from the Lebanon, one final bit of adjustment just happening to make sure that we have a straightened camera. And they're off, okay. And oh, a very strong start, but a little bit of an issue with that very first corner. Raw speed is not enough. However, a strong first attempt. Lining up for attempt number 2. And attempt number 2 is launched. And okay, closer to getting around the corner, but not quite. Give it up for attempt number 2. And the third and final attempt coming soon. A few final adjustments for the final attempt at getting the lap and the lap of honor in. And a launch, and so far seeming all right. And oh, but just foiled after the next gap. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up from the University Faculty of Engineering, the Lebanese University Faculty of Engineering team, TCE, who traveled a much longer distance to get here than various other teams. And of course, that all counts and matters. What a fantastic effort nonetheless. Now, can we please get Team Byte Builders, the entire team, please, to come round to the NXP board over here so we can get started. Byte Builders is another team that is quite interesting. These are the youngest competitors by far. So how does it feel to be among the younger competitors here compared to other folks who may have been studying at university for a number of years?
Well, it's very interesting. It is an opportunity for us to see what it's like to program this kind of stuff, this kind of robots. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you so much. Do grab your car, get ready to make a start. And yeah, what an amazing thing to get people who have not even started their university education a part of this cup. Could you please give a massive welcome to Byte Builders? Hailing from Romania, we have the Byte Builders getting ready to have their first launch. Doing the final little tweaks, getting it ready to get going. And they're off, heading up to the first corner. No problem whatsoever. The chicane's also not. Oh, that seemed like a little. Oh, and there it goes. A little close. A number of cars foiled by that tricky fourth corner or third corner it is. However, they do have two further attempts. So once again, lining up for launch number 2. And they are going. Okay, round the first bend once again. And oh, but again, struggling with the chicane. Heading off the track. It's time to play robot recovery. They do, however, have one final attempt to get a lap in. Let's see what they can do with it. All right, to the chicane. That was a problem last time, but once again, the chicane proving an issue. Ladies and gentlemen, our youngest team by a margin, please give it up for Byte Builders. What a fantastic future these people have when they're building autonomous robots when they are not even at the start of their university education yet. So our next team that we have from another team from Romania, can you please give it up for Rusties? The entire team of Rusties, could you please head round to the side here? Fantastic. So I know I already asked one of the other teams about this, but what do you think it is about the scene that you guys have in Romania that invites so many people and makes so many of you want to come and be a part of this autonomous robot competition?
I think Romanians are very passionate about robotics, and the NXP headquarters in Bucharest are a big help to this. They are sponsoring our sponsoring with kids, and I think that helps a lot.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much. Feel free to grab your car and get lined up for the start. And yes, the NXP group from Bucharest are also very, very involved in this. We have a few representatives from the Romanian division of NXP here in order to help with the timings and the rules and putting all of this together. It really does take an army of people to make this happen behind the scenes. So for the NXP colleagues above me, could you please give a quick round of applause to all of the NXP folks from the Cup who have made this happen while we get set up for the first run from Rusties. Okay, a winding start, but still on the track. No problem with that so far. Making its way around. As long as two wheels are on the track, quick reminder for everyone watching at home, it is absolutely valid, and the first crossover wasn't a problem. And the second crossover, also fine. This is slowly turning into a very strong run. But what about this curve here? This is the real, oh, not a problem whatsoever. And coming up to what looks like a successfully completed first lap. Now, the Mauser lap of honor is, yeah. The car, just a reminder for those who are watching at home, the car needs to visibly slow down and then stop in front of the block. That said, that was a very successful completed first lap. Well done, well done, Team Rusties. So, coming up next, from the Faculty of Informatics at Mirage University in Slovakia, Micro Car. Could the team please come over here? And could your representative step up here? Now, I know that you have been a part of this before. How do you fancy your chances this year at actually winning the prize?
Well, we hope for the best. We have implemented pretty much most of the stuff we wanted, and we hope for the best. Let's see how it goes.
Fantastic. The best you can hope for is that everything you hoped to put into the car is in it. Let's see if that work is paid off. Feel free to grab your car and set it down in order to make a start. Now might be a time to mention, if you're watching this either here live or at home, you may have noticed there are a few subtle differences in the way that these cars are put together. And these differences can or cannot prove to be important. However, the core of it is always the same. Something that can detect the lines, like a camera for line following, and something that can detect the distance from the block. Everything after that is down to tuning and how you decide to use the base car that NXP provides to all of the students in order to get this robot race running. But as we come to the first launch for Microcar, let's see how they go. Oh, a super fast start. And with some real accuracy too. This is shaping up to be a very fast lap if they can make it through the final turns, including the tricky one. But so far, no problem whatsoever. This is shaping up to be an incredibly fast lap indeed. Slowing down to begin the Mauser lap of honor. And the question now is, can they stop within 10 centimeters of the Mauser block? That's a little too far away. Just a little too far away. Is that it? That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Microcar. Could the team A314 please head over to the wall here? Fantastic. And if your representative wants to step up. Unless you've got something you want to say. Cool, yeah, all right. Let's go for it. A314, another one of our Romanian teams, heading up to the line. And let's see if they have found that wonderful boundary where speed and accuracy meet. Just doing the final setups before the car can launch. And just a reminder once again that, oh, here we go. And off and to a very quick start once again. And so far, oh, jinxing it on the corner. A very strong start. However, the corner before the crossover proving slightly too much. However, there are two more attempts in order to get a clean run. And once again, a quick refresher on those rules. 2 minutes grace period for setup, but once the car has been launched, there is a 30-second grace period for the car to decide itself to get going. However, a few slight adjustments happening now. Lining up and off it goes. Again, another very speedy start. Will it manage to get past the bend it had a problem with before? Yes, it does. And the second crossover, shaping up to be a very fast run, but we do have this tricky. Oh! Do you ever feel like you jinx things just by talking about them? That was the second attempt. However, they have one attempt remaining. So Team Microcar setting up for the third and final attempt. Doing all of the important checks, making sure everything is connected. And preparing for launch. And here they go. Again, another very strong start. First tricky corner, it seems, today, but no problem at all. A very smooth run this time across the crossover. And now to the corner that was the issue before, but no problem this time through the tricky bend. And a completed lap. Fantastic. And now for the lap of honor. Will it manage to stop within 10 centimeters of the block? Oh! The double whammy, ladies and gentlemen. A completed lap and the Mauser lap of honor completed. Please give it up for A314. Could the Motoriassi team please come over here? Just sprucing up on my Romanian there. So, Team Motoriaș. So, which one of you is the representative for the race? Who's going to be doing launch? Okay. I see. Then if we go over here, I'll talk to you over here. So, while the representative gets ready to get their car onto the track, how does it feel to be back here once again?
It's amazing. I must say that I love Eindhoven. I'm sorry about my pronunciation. I really don't know anything in Dutch. It's a fantastic city. I do love the combination of technology and nature here. And thank you again, NXP, for welcoming us and making this wonderful and unforgettable experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Team Motoriaș. So, getting ready for your first launch. The final tweaks. And let's see what Motoriaș are bringing to the table. Did I say that right again? Motoriaș? Yes, there we go. And they are off. And a very stable start so far. The car seems to be pretty confident, not having any trouble with the crossover. The second time, no. And one of the bends that's been an issue for some other teams, but no problems here. This is a very smooth run so far. One more corner. And that is a completed speed lap. However, there seems to be somewhat of a lack of slowing down. Team Motoriaș with a very fast lap. Please give it up for Team Motoriaș. Team Turbo Turtles, please make your way around to the board. The entire team Turbo Turtles, please make your way over to the board here. Coming from the University of Düsseldorf in Germany. So, how does it feel to be here once again? What do you think your chances are for taking the win home this time?
Taking the win, we will see. It's nice to be here again. That was the main goal, and now we see what the car is doing. It's not so safe like the last time, but hopefully a bit faster.
Absolutely. Well, we are all waiting with bated breath. Please do take your car and get ready for launch. Dusseldorf is a very long-time participant of the NXP Cup. They have had 80% of their teams that have attempted to qualify for the NXP Cup actually qualify and make it through to the final. So let's see if that translates into speed and accuracy on the course today. Setting up for launch. And a very quick start and a bit of a kip at the end there, and there too. But so far, unless the judges say otherwise, I believe it's all good. Oh, and there it goes. Just a little bit too much speed. However, Turbo Turtles do have 2 more attempts to get started. A quick discussion about whether anything needs changing. The answer being, nah, let's just try again. So a little bit of quick tire cleaning to see if anything can be done in that regard in terms of getting more grip on the track. It is such a careful balance to get your car to be performing as well as possible in this cup, because ultimately you do want to be the fastest, but if you've been tweaking and tweaking your settings for days, you only need to push things that little bit too far before everything goes wrong. And of course, that is the game here. That is the balance. How fast can you make it go? How accurate can you make it be before things go horribly wrong? However, attempt number 2. Let's see if we have more luck than in the first one. Setting up for launch. And another very fast start, but straight off the track at the end of the first turn. So that will be a disqualified round since more than 2 tires came out of the side of the track. However, they do still have a 3rd attempt. Please give it up for the Turbo Turtles. They have 1 more chance. So just a note for those of you that might be watching from up here and looking at the scoreboards, or those of you watching at home, bear in mind that, of course, everything on these scoreboards is still subject to change. We will only know who the winner is once everyone has had their runs, because even a particularly fast run that completes the Mauser Lap of Honor could be pipped at the very last minute. The tension will stay high right up until the end where we know who the winners are. But until now, we await the 3rd and final attempt from the Turbo Turtles. Setting the car down, getting ready for its launch to see if they can make their 3rd attempt. And another very fast start. This time having no problem with that first corner. A slightly more considered approach this time, perhaps. And so far, making it round everywhere without much in the way of issues. This was the corner that got them before. No problem whatsoever. And completing a lap on their 3rd attempt. And the Mauser Lap of Honor has been destroyed. No, Turbo Turtles, please give it up for them. A very fast lap on their 3rd attempt, which is an incredible thing. Could the ducks from the trucks please make their way over to the NXP board over here? We're about to welcome to the stage the ducks from the trucks, 2nd at the Bucharest qualification where the NXP Cup was held 2 years ago. Could you bring your team rep up onto the stage? Hey? Oh, yeah, okay, no problem. So, having had the NXP Cup at Bucharest in the university 2 years ago, how does it feel to be here at the NXP headquarters in Eindhoven to be doing the same thing?
Well, it's certainly a whole different thing. We have obviously to move a lot more because it's much farther, but it's very nice here. Everyone is very kind to us, and we like the environment here in the Netherlands.
Fantastic. And I can speak on behalf of everybody here that we are very glad to have you here as well. However, the 2-minute grace period for getting started with the car has begun. Everything needs to be done within that time before we have our first launch. here from the Faculty of Automatic Control and Computer Engineering. And getting ready to see if all of that engineering is going to pay off and give us a fast lap and a Mauser lap of honor, setting up for their first launch. And it is off, and a fast start, a little bit of weaving, but so far no problems. Taking the corners confidently. The first crossover, this could be a tricky part, and a slight bit of confusion. So please give it up for the first attempt from the Ducks, from the Trucks. One of the more inventive team names, the Ducks from the Trucks. And heading off back to this crossover. That was a problem before. This time, oh, it thought about it a bit, but still having issues there. But they do have one final attempt to get it right. Ladies and gentlemen, give them some support for their third attempt. Lining up for attempt number 3. And launch successful around the first corner. 2 wheels off the track, but that's not a problem. Coming back to the crossover, no problem this time. And once again, making it through. And the tricky bend that's been the comeuppance of a few, but not a problem here. And once again, a third attempt completed lap. There seems to have been a distinct lack of slowing down, but let's see. Nope. Ladies and gentlemen, the Ducks from the Trucks, please give it up from for our team from Romania. Team segmentation fault, if you can make your way around here and bring your representative up onto the stage. YouTube, okay. So another team from the University of Iași. How did you find it getting here today? There was a lot of stiff competition with so many teams, right? How was your qualifying?
Okay, thank you for the question. It's our honor to be here to be able to compete for all these teams from the best teams from Europe. It wasn't an easy path, but we did our best. So we hope that our car will take note of all the hard work that we have done and be at the best behavior.
Fantastic. I hope that for your car as well. So as we get ready, the final tweaks and tests are being done on the car to get it going. Just a quick reminder that once the cars were up here, there has been no opportunity for any firmware updating, any changing of anything of any kind. Any tweaks that are happening here last minute are things that were already on the car and prepared, so that when launch happens, we know that only the practice time is the time that all the teams have had that keeps it fair. So getting ready for the very first launch from Team Segmentation Fault, a team name that will strike dread into the heart of many a programmer standing here today. And a confident quick start, but unfortunately a little too quick, losing a wheel. Hopefully this will not take too much time to repair. Give it up, please, for the first attempt from Team Segmentation Fault. A super fast repair job is in order right now. Segmentation Fault are also one of the teams that are using the new NXP Cup kit. NXP have provided various kits for the NXP Cup over the years. The newest kit here is the one that is actually a 3D printed chassis using the S32K1 board, which I believe is one of the new motorboards that also crosses over into the actual self-driving car and autonomous cars that NXP famously provide kit for. And we will be talking more on that later. But for now, we have the very last minute repairs. A quick reminder that there is a 2-minute limit on these repairs. So this is something that will have to be done fast. If that 2 minutes is passed, then that attempt is over. So there is 30 seconds left for this attempt in terms of getting the car ready again. If that is passed, that attempt is forfeited and the attempt will move on to the third. 5 seconds remain for getting ready for this attempt. And I think I can safely say that for the second attempt, the setup time has been too long. It has been more than 2 minutes. So they now have a further 2 minutes in order to get their third attempt up and running. If not, their run will be forfeit. So everybody, please send all of your encouragement that you can to the folks here desperately trying to get a car ready for an attempt under an incredible amount of pressure. Okay, 1 more minute. 1 more minute in order to get onto the floor for this attempt. I appreciate it doesn't help you me telling you that, but I do need to tell the folks up here. 30 seconds remaining to get down onto the floor to begin to launch the car for attempt number 3. Ten seconds remaining. It's going to be very close. And that is time. Do you want to try and put the car around the course as it is? All right, we have attempt number 3 up and running, ladies and gentlemen. Please give it up. That was an utterly terrifying thing to do in front of a whole room of people. I would like you all to appreciate how horrific it is to try and fix something with people watching you and someone telling you how little time you have. So let's see if the car is able to get going once again. And I'm afraid that is time on the third attempt for the team here too. I'm very, very sorry. Thank you very much for the attempt that you had, but you did go way over the 2 minutes that you had for it. Ladies and gentlemen, please give commiserations to the team. These things do happen. It's never fun when they do. However, if we stretch the rules in one area, it means the rules get stretched in all of the others, and the competition does come down to that. So yes, commiserations. We're very sorry we had to kick you off the course. However, it is time to move on. We do still have a few more teams. Can you please come round to the side, team 30% luck? Everybody around here. Hey. So could you please bring your... So, team 30% luck. Would you like to explain the team name at all?
The team name is based on what we needed here and what we wanted to have. Engineering is most of the time based on a proper design and very good preparation, but sometimes, especially in very tight time schedules, you need a good amount of luck. And that's what our team name is based on. I can say we had 130% luck up to this point, and we're curious to see what will happen now. Thank you.
Absolutely. And someone speaking truth to the fact that I think most engineers here will realize that, yes, you can know everything you need to, but 30% luck certainly helps when you're trying to get something up and running. Team 30% luck, setting up with their 2-minute grace period to get started, and then soon we'll be getting their car down on the track. Some very final tire modifications happening here. 1 minute remaining before the car has to be down on the track. All right, please welcome Team 30% Luck to the start line. Getting ready for their first launch. And the car has... Oh, there we go. 30 seconds is well under 30 seconds to start. A bit of a rough start. No, off the track at the second or third bend. And taking a swan dive into the side. So there is a further 2 minutes for tweaking and putting things back together. Obviously, for a robot car which has its camera above it, it isn't necessarily healthy for it to fall over like that. However, there is a little bit of time for tweaking to happen right now before they have their second attempt. Setting up for attempt number 2. Making sure the battery is very much plugged in, somewhat important in a car that requires power to its motors. And setting up for launch. Okay, a strong start. Making its way through corners. But just slightly too fast on that tricky corner there. And we play Robot Rescue once again. And we need to take a quick gap here while we repair the track. Please give it up for the second attempt from the team 30% Luck. Are we looking the same? I think we are. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. 1 second. 1 moment. I just want to get a thumbs up from Vlad. Vlad? Of course, very, very important to make sure that any changes that do happen to the track because of mistakes like that are put back exactly as they were, which is why it's such a good thing we have the folks that built the track here at the side ready to make sure that things are exactly as they left them. But once we have the thumbs up, we will start our third attempt. So wait just a moment. We do need a little bit more time before we get started. Just to do a little bit of track repair to make sure that things aren't going to be different from how we left them. All right, we have the thumbs up to continue. It is now time for the third attempt from Team 30% Luck. Take it away. Let's see if they have that 30% luck that they require to get a full lap and a Mauser lap of honor. Thinking about it. And it's off. Okay, no problem with the first corner. Heading round. This is where we had issues before. However, no problem this time across the... Oh, but just barely heading outside and getting... There we go. One robot rescued. Please give it up for team 30% luck. So team Karma Unict, can you please make it over here? This is a very special moment for the NXP Cup. We have our very first team fielded from Italy. Could your representative please come up? So the very first time coming over here from Italy, how was it qualifying to get here? How was it building the car? How does it feel to be at the NXP Cup final?
It's very rewarding because we started about half January, and thanks to the University of Catania and the Rosis Group, we were able to build this car and take it here.
Fantastic. And that is absolutely amazing. And please do feel free to get your car and get prepared to get started. Oh, wait before we start. There's one more repair we need to do, okay? Just wait one moment, just because there's one more repair. We're going to take another very quick pause just for a quick track inspection. So just so you know, if you come just slightly away from your car for a second. Just so you know, the way that we do things when things like this happen, while this track inspection is happening, you will notice that the guy from Karma is not standing next to the car. So the timing for actually getting things started hasn't actually started yet. Just in case anyone was wondering how we deal with things where there are repairing things that need to happen. I don't know how many of you picked up on that when we did the interview just there, but this team from the University of Catania started work on this project in January this year. They're the first team to come here, and with such a short time period between here and now, before we even see what their car can do, I think they deserve some appreciation and a round of applause for that. What a wonderful thing to get this down and sorted so quickly. And I had the thumbs up, so please do feel free to get your car, get it started, get it launched. And I happen to know from practice that this is one of the other cars that is employing a newer technique seen here at the NXP Cup, not just relying on the speed of the motor or the way that the car is balanced, but actually using extra motors to generate thrust that pushes the car onto the track. It won't be the first car you hear today that makes a mild buzzing as it goes past, or in some cases, they sound like a full-on vacuum cleaner. However, the things that people are trying in order to squeeze the most out of this car is just a testament to how far this event has come. The speeds get faster and faster. The competition gets harder and harder. Let's see what you can do with your first attempt. A few final tweaks before we get started. And a very strong start from the car from Karma. The Italian team really having no trouble with anything whatsoever. We're looking at what looks like a very fast run. Coming around the tricky corner. And that is a completed first attempt lap. However, unfortunately, the Mauser lap of honor proving a little bit too much, a theme that we see often with the faster cars. But what a fantastic first lap from our first-time team from Italy. Please give it up for Team Karma Unict. Team B020, please make your way to the wall over here. Hey, folks. Team B020, please make your way round to the board just back here. The entire team B020, please. Oh, I don't know how I managed to miss this. This is once again a one-man team, Team B020. However, I do believe we've met before, right? You've done this with other teams before. So what is the difference for you this time compared to your other attempts at the NXP Cup?
Well, of course, I had to improve the performance of last year, of course. This time I came here with 2 cars, but unfortunately the rules change, so I will participate only with 1 car. Wish me luck. That's it.
Well, we do wish you luck for who is certainly the smartest dressed competitor we've had so far, Team B020. Please do get your car ready to go. The 2-minute period for getting the car started has begun now. Let's see if it's all needed before getting going. Oops, sorry. From the University of Timișoara in Romania. Once again, I'm sure I have not pronounced the name of your university correctly. I apologize. However, let's see if the man in the suit is able to give us a fast lap and perhaps a Mauser lap of honor. Getting ready to start. Another car using downward thrust and a very fast beginning indeed. A confident run so far, no problem with the crossover. A little tweak, but nothing much. Coming round to the difficult bend, but it's not difficult for this car, it seems. That downward thrust doing work. And then slowing down for the Mauser lap of honor. Could we have the double whammy once again? Creeping its way around, getting ready to see the block. Getting ready to stop within 10 centimeters of it. But how close is it going to get? Is it going to make it? Creeping closer and closer. Yes! Another double whammy. A fast lap and a Mauser lap of honor. Being here alone does not seem to have phased him whatsoever. Please give it up for B020. So the R-Car team, I know you're nearby. The R-Car team are a well-known name here at the NXP Cup. This university has hosted multiple winners of the NXP Cup. So, with so many winners coming from your university, do you feel much pressure here today? Are you going for the win?
Thank you. We don't really know because the last person that's competed here are not in the school anymore. So I think we don't really feel the pressure about this win. So we're open to what's going on here. Thank you.
Fantastic, and a fantastic attitude to have in this moment, not letting anything that's happened previously get to you, just working with what you have. Whenever you are ready, please set your car down and get it ready to go. Another car opting to use very low profile tires in order to keep a very low center of gravity, staying close to the road. And a very quick start coming out. Oh, but a slight issue with the first turn and jumping out of the track. That was attempt 1, ladies and gentlemen. Lining up for attempt number 2 on the start line. Preparing for launch. And off it goes. First corner, not a problem this time. Making it through to one of the trickier corners that has bothered some of the cars before. That is attempt number 2, but it was stronger than attempt number 1. They do have one final attempt remaining. Let's see what they can make of it. So many factors affect how these cars can perform. Being able to see the track, seeing light differently from the way that we see it as people. There are so many things that all of the competitors here have had to deal with and account for to get their cars to this stage. Let's see if attempt 3 is any more successful for our car. Oh, and a hard crash into the barrier marks the third and final attempt for our car 1. Please give it up. Two teams remain. However, there will be 3 more competitors. As previously mentioned earlier in the event, we had a timing error. So, can you please welcome from the University of Lübeck, the team ITI car. Hello there. So, you guys are always amongst the top teams in the last few years. What's your secret?
Building a new car every year, it's incremental improvements, and hopefully this time we made things better instead of worse.
Fantastic. Well, I hope so too. Please go and get your car. To me, one of those things does not seem like the others. Building a brand new car every year seems terrifying. However, there is a reason why these folks have been in the top few every time. Let's see if they're going to continue that streak this time. Bringing the car to the floor, no tweaks required. Getting ready for the launch of attempt number 1. One block forward, yeah? You need to be on the starting block. Getting ready for the launch. All systems green, it looks like. And off it goes. A very quiet but very fast start from the team from Lübeck. Across the crossovers with no issues whatsoever. ITI car is really putting on a show out there, but is it going to make it through this tricky last bend? The last bends seem to be no problem whatsoever. What a fast beginning lap. Slowing down for the Mauser lap of honor. And now, ladies and gentlemen, folks, I think we have a little bit of a weight on our hands. But, however, like I said at the very start, the rules specifically state the car must slow down after its speedy lap and go into the Mauser lap of honor. Nobody specified how much the car had to slow down. I feel like it's my responsibility to say something in this moment, but I'm just hypnotized. Okay, only one more corner to go. We should be seeing if this Mauser lap of honor is finished in the next 15 minutes or so. All right, I think we all know what we need to do here. Are we ready? Yeah! The University of Lübeck putting on a show, making us wait for it. What a fantastic attempt and a fantastic speedy lap and a Mauser lap of honor. So, we have one team remaining to come up. We do have 2 more races, as I have mentioned before. But can you please welcome from here in the Netherlands, Team Lulu. Please come round to the side. Just don't grab it quite yet. Or you can, but then the 2 minutes will start. Yeah? It's up to you. Okay. So, here in Eindhoven, you're one of the local teams. How does it feel to be here on home soil? Do you feel any pressure?
Yeah, of course, like this year, the teams are really, really good and they have put in the hard work. So, of course, there's a lot of pressure, but we've also put in our hours, me and Luke. So, I'm hoping that we can get a good time. We put in a lot of hard work. So, I'm hoping everything works out great.
Fantastic. Well, we hope so too. So, please do feel free to get your car from the University of Amsterdam. Let's see what this team has to offer. Lining up for attempt number 1. Doing the final checks before launch. Getting it ready to run. Waiting for all green lights. On the start block, a little bit forward, yeah? One block forward. One block forward. Thank you. Launch sequence initiated. Let's see. 30 seconds to start from now. Oh, and they're off. A very strong start. 2 wheels off the track, but that doesn't mean anything. That's absolutely within the rules. A searching left and right, but not making any real mistakes. Can it make it across the crossover again? It does. Okay, one of the trickier corners that gets people sometimes, but so far no problem. Just a couple of corners left for a completed first lap. Immediately slowing down, and why do I feel like we've seen this before? If anyone knows any songs or jokes, feel free to sing them from the rafters. It is a really wonderful thing. It's very hard for the people at home to appreciate the venue that this is happening in. The NXP headquarters here in Eindhoven has just been renovated and reopened. It's part of the celebrations that are happening this week along with the NXP Cup. And as I stand here right now, watching a robot very slowly make its way to a board, I can look up and see far above me people standing on balconies near the rafters who will be just as excited as I am to see if this is going to make it. Oh, wait, ruler check, ruler check. It's good. Congratulations, guys. So, as I previously mentioned, that would have been our final team, but because of the issue that we had earlier, we do have one rerun to do. Now, I'd like to mention that this is an incredibly nerve-wracking thing that someone is being asked to do. They've already been out here, they've already put in their lap time, but due to a technical error, they have to do it again. So please give a massive welcome to the stage, UPT. Could we have the entire UPT team round here with us as well, please? If you're a part of UPT, could you please all come round to the board over here? We need the entire team to be over here. What? It is just you. Okay, it's just, it's another one-person team. I was told there was only one-person team this time. So yes, we've already talked to Team UPT. This is an incredible amount of pressure to be under, so please give him all of your support as he sets down for his attempt, hopefully this time, the one that will count. Speed and precision. You've seen that this car can move, but now we find out, how does it move compared to the other teams that already have made it onto the board? Don't forget to put it on the same block as the start line, yeah? Cool. Don't forget to put it on the same block. Oh, I need to drink some water. All right, the final tweaks taking place for this time, for this run. All still within the 2-minute time period, but that time is ticking down. And the question everyone's wondering is, are we going to get a last-minute shock on the scoreboard? Current standings before this final run are EM Car with a combined final points margin of 700. Micro Car with a combined point margin of what looks like 650. I'm not at the best angle for this. An ITI car from Lubeck with what looks like 550. Oh, it's far better if I look up there. Yes, 700, 650, and 500, our current final scoring. But this could all be upset in these final moments. However, time is running out on this first attempt. The car will need to be down on the track and launched very, very soon. With under 5 seconds remaining, is the car going to be launched this time? Okay, yep, we're moving on to the second attempt by request of the... Okay, it seems like it's not an issue. Oh, and there it goes. Now, a lot of things happened very, very quickly there. So I just want to clarify, I just want to make absolutely sure. Seconds over. Okay. Yeah.
So this was the second.
Yeah, yeah.
Like
So, no. You have one more attempt. You can do. You if it works this time, you're golden.
Oh,
yep.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
So now do I have like 2 minutes?
Yes.
And
Yeah. All right. After just a quick of confirming with both of the judges, so much happened so quickly there. As we were saying, okay, you can now move on to your second attempt. The car went flying. That was the second attempt. So it all comes down to this. The 2 minutes prep time, launching the car. If this actually becomes the fastest or one of the faster ones, we could have a really late upset in the NXP Cup 2025. Folks, let's show our enthusiasm and support. All right, setting up for a launch. Team UPT. It looks like it's blowing a bit, but it doesn't look like it's going. It has 30 seconds in order to decide whether it's going or not. And that is it. Unfortunately, once the car is placed down, it cannot be modified. Team EPT, Team UPT, commiserations. Unfortunate things can happen on the day. This does seem rather unfair. However, before we move on, we do need to do a little bit of preparation before we do have the winners' presentations. We all know who the winners are. We can see the scoreboards right here. But once again, like I said at the very start of this, I would like to take the opportunity to say what a privilege it is to be invited to come and do this every single year. This is one of the coolest parts of my year, being able to see everyone that comes together and all of the work that it takes to actually get this thing up and running. To even get to the final, you have to have really mastered putting this car together, working out exactly how to get it running as fast as possible. And as you have seen today, the standard is so high that people are pushing cars as hard as they can go, sometimes beyond that, to the point that accidents happen. And it has always been a fantastic contest. I very much look forward to the next NXP Cup in 2026. And I'd like to give a massive congratulations to everyone who has taken part, even before we celebrate the winners. And a big thank you to everyone up here who has been watching. We are not finished yet by any stretch of the imagination, but we are going to take a very quick pause for 30 seconds to a minute while we get prepared for the prize giving and the closing statements of the NXP Cup 2025. So, folks, I would like to ask you all to remain here because in just a moment or two, we will be beginning the prize-giving ceremony. And I would especially like all the teams to be present for that so that we can all join at the end before we actually finally say goodbye to the NXP Cup in 2025. Same for everybody watching. We will be kicking off again in just a moment. There is just the job of getting all of the prizes to be handed over. There was a combined €10,000 prize pool, I believe, this year for the contestants. So I'll be looking for all of the teams that were in the top three for their presentations. And of course, we have people who will be giving those presentations as well to speak to you. So please do stick around. We will be continuing in just a few moments. All right, folks, if you could gather around the racetrack once again, the ceremony is about to begin. Please do head around the racetrack once again so we can celebrate our winners from the Cup this year. All right, folks. It was a crazy competition this year. In the time that I've been doing this, I cannot think of one that had so many ups and downs, so many thrills and spills. But as with all competitions of this type, there can only be one overall winner and a few runners-up, and it is time to celebrate those people. So, to give away the third prize, can you please welcome to the stage Ali, representing Mauser. And could you please welcome up to the stage the ITI car team from the University of Lübeck. Please head yourself up here. Congratulations, guys.
Well, first of all, congratulations to all of you. It's really impressive what you all have done here. I am really proud of everything that was done, and congratulations to you all. Your efforts have shown to be really impressive, and I congratulate all of you. And now I'll present then the third prize winner. Congratulations to you guys. Congratulations.
Please give it up for, in third place from the University of Lübeck, ITI car. All right. All right, so to present the second prize, we have, representing NXP, Garance and Mateus, who also have been here setting this entire event up, so please give them a round of applause. Along with Team Microcar from the Faculty of Informatics Mest University in Slovakia. Where are you? Come on up. Welcome to the stage, our second prize winners.
It's amazing to see how many students are joining the NXP Cup every year, like more than 200 teams. So it's great and looking forward to next year already.
Yeah, I'm fully stressed out. I mean, this was a tough one. Congrats to the second place, guys. Great job. It was so exciting to me. Looking forward already to the next year. Thank you, Eindhoven, for hosting us, and thanks everybody for joining. And now it's time to celebrate. Hope you have a couple of hours left in Eindhoven or even a night over. So celebrate, you deserved it.
Oh, too much excitement.
Good job.
Once again for second place. Before I introduce your winners to the stage, please welcome to the stage the country manager for NXP in the Netherlands, Duco, who will be presenting the prize to the winners. And your winners for this year, EM Car from Slovakia. Please make your way to the stage now. EM Car, come on up.
So before we do that, again, I'm super excited, super proud that we could host this fantastic event here in Eindhoven. Congratulations to you, but first, congratulations to everybody. You're all winners. I don't want to forget our sponsor. So thank you very much for being here and contributing to this. This really makes a difference. And for those of you online, come next year. And the race is open. I'm very happy that we saw many new contenders this year, new countries, new companies, or new universities. Please come again and invite your friends to join, and we can only keep learning. Now, to the prize winners. First, give them a big round of applause. Where's the material? So here's your symbol prize, a nice big wafer. And here comes the check. Congratulations, and then we close off.
Folks, the winners of the NXP Cup 2025 EM car, let them hear it. All right, folks, well, all that leaves is for me to say thank you so much to everybody who has taken part in the event this year. It has been an absolute pleasure to be a part of this once again, and as I have moved from being someone who just comes and MCs the event to someone who's been involved with it over the years, it really is one of my highlights of the year. And when I say how impressed I am by all of you for actually getting to this point, putting the time in to learn how to do this at a competitive level, it's absolutely genuine. However, as mentioned before, it would be remiss of me to not say thank you once again to Mauser for supporting this event every year as they do. And also a massive thank you to everybody at NXP who either here on the day or behind the scenes makes this possible. The fact that NXP is doing this kind of cup is a wonderful thing. It can only mean a really strong and bright future for people who are coding embedded, intelligent, autonomous designs and robotics. And I think we should all say thank you to NXP, thank you to all the competitors, thank you to those watching here in NXP Eindhoven, and thank you to you watching at home as well. This has been the NXP Cup 2025. We look forward to seeing you in 2026. Goodbye.